on the leaks, is it fake news or are these real leaks?
Well, the leaks are real. You're the one that wrote about them and reported them. I mean, the leaks are real. You know what they said. You saw it. And the leaks are absolutely real. The news is fake.
President Trump today is saying that the leaks coming from the intelligence branch are very real, in fact, a criminal act. Trump slamming the press for its characterization of those leaks, but came down hardest on leakers himself, vowing that he's going to find the perpetrator. Joining me now to discuss, Ned Ryun and Vince Coglianese. Vince, you know, it is an interesting point that does get lost, that, you know, somebody is taking this intelligence information, some of it very classified and sensitive, and giving it to members of the media who must be committing they've got some role and responsibility here, no?
Well, I don't think the media is blameless. I will say, as an editor of a news publication, I'd be happy to accept leaks, but if I do, it'll be under the auspices of I'm going to investigate the extent to which they're true.
Exactly.
And in each of these cases, what we've found is that the specter of chaos is the only outcome of the piece. It's never a conclusive smoking gun, right? So we constantly hear themes that somehow Russia is controlling the United States. Russia's controlling the Trump administration. And yet each of these pieces always leaves us with the impression that the government, in its investigations, has found no evidence of wrongdoing, yet the media leaves the reader with the impression that somehow the Trump administration is just absolutely paralyzed by scandal, and yet without making the case, which I think is the responsibility of good journalists.
Go ahead, Ned.
No, that's exactly right. They are complicit right now in driving a certain narrative. You know, an innuendo that somehow Russia has infiltrated the Trump administration, and they're missing the real story that rogue intelligence agents have released classified information and have used warrantless wiretaps to try and destroy an American citizen over policy and political differences. I mean, this is where the media has fallen down, and as Trump made that point today during the press conference, when he was going head-to-head with Jim Acosta, saying, I don't have a problem if you write bad stories, but you are slanting stories in such a way with an innuendo that it is fake news. And I think that's going to be the real rub, and I hope Trump and his administration understand, of course, this is not going to be going away any day soon. This is going to be a long-term battle, not with just with people inside the intelligence community, but across the bureaucracy, as the bureaucrats and the Democrats, who are often of the same worldview, are going to be fighting tooth and nail. The crazy thing to me, Charles, in all of this with the press, the bureaucrats, the Democrats, they're acting like they're fighting some dictator. No, you're fighting the duly elected president of the United States. But you would think with all the sabotage and the leaks and the obstruction that's going on, we're fighting some great fight against a dictator. This is going to be an ongoing struggle, and I hope Trump understands this is the real rub. The real rub is he going to make the decisions, or are unelected bureaucrats bolstered by a complicit media? This is not going to go away any day soon.
No, it's not going to go away anytime soon. And Vince, to that point, there is a caricature that's been created by the media. It was created during the primary process, and now, you know, we could just imagine what the headlines are going to say tomorrow. But in the case of Michael Flynn, not only did they, you know, manipulate the situation, but they helped to predetermine the outcome, because everyone says there was no crime even committed in the first place.
Exactly.
So the media's behavior here is a sort of a case study in wish fulfillment and wishful thinking. And oftentimes these headlines are written, and these pieces are written from the perspective of the presumption of guilt on the part of the president. The media has an important role in holding the powerful accountable, and that often means being an adversarial press, as we all know, and to be critical of those in power. But it doesn't mean to come in with a presumption of guilt on the part of those in power. And far too often, many of the journalists who are sitting in that very room today, taking a tongue lashing from the president, presume guilt on his part, again, without evidence to that effect.
Yeah, I mean, it's a tough job, but the ideology cannot supersede the ultimate responsibility that you just described. Gentlemen, thank you both very much.
Thanks, Joe.